Hey guys, welcome back to Factorio. So, just as a heads up, I'm a little bit sick right now, so if my voice is weird or anything, that's probably why. Also, my AC is on, so the audio quality might be slightly different. But anyway, so the big thing is, I think some of the last few episodes of this series, at least in my opinion, have just been too slow. I think that there's a lot of just dead moments with a game like Factorio. And it's not really about like ambiance and things like that. It's just sort of about designing and building. So I'm going to try to do a bit more of a like scene-based approach where I just sort of have a moment where I'm talking to you guys and I'm like, oh, I'm about to work on this, and then I'll go and work on it, and then I'll cut to that. And basically just I'm gonna try that for this video, and if I like how it goes, and if you guys seem to enjoy it, even if so long as it doesn't cut out way too much, right? So you'll just have to let me know, and it's possible that as I get better at this, because it is a skill, that I will, I'll be cutting at the right moments and including the right things. So my first goal is, since we built this wall, we have a lot of these inside turrets that we don't need anymore. So I'm going to go quickly gobble those up, and then I'll be back. I've just gotten down to the iron miners, and clearly some of them are out. So I'm going to have to reposition them as well in a moment. It looks like that's true for all of these. Stone, there's not really that much we can actually do about it. So we're just going to pick them up so we can use them for other things. In fact, the copper line is totally fine right now, but we'll have to come back later and improve on the copper anyway, because we're going to do science in this episode. I don't like this, so I'm going to, I think, make 2 of those. I don't like this, but that's kind of all I can do. Luckily, we still have like a full iron thing. So let me head back, and we just have one more to pick up. Okay, now the map looks so much better. Now let's add our beautiful pollution cloud. Holy crap. And while we're over here, oh, I guess we may as well repair with our bots that are very slowly healing. And let's sort of just look at the belt, because we did see a bunch stacked up there, but it looks like the rest haven't really trickled all their way down. How far are they? Fortunately, I can't actually see. I mean, I guess I did do it like right at the end of the episode, so it still wouldn't have time. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to go back up, and then we'll start work on our science. So for our science, I kind of want to lay it out on this left side over here. I think we probably have a good amount of stone bricks right now. And we have a ton of excess ammo that I should probably drop off. But so let me take a quick look. Here's the previous setup we had, which is obviously not very good. So let's work on designing the new one. At least at first, we just want the basic tech cards. And in terms of science, it takes 21 seconds to craft 5. Okay, so what does that actually mean? In terms of like 6 a minute would be 0.8 of 1, which is very slow, but we want this to be a bit faster. But how fast should this be? What would 30 a minute be? That's 4 machines. So we could probably... Can we do 1 a second then? 1 a second's not even crazy. How about 2 a second? I think... Wait, were we... I think we were aiming at 1 a second before, which is why we did this. In terms of the red ones... Oh, the red ones aren't even bad either. We're gonna get a lot of science very quickly in this episode, I think. So I'm thinking we aim it for 2 a second with most of these sciences. I'm thinking that's the goal. So I'm going to just start laying this out. Of course, this means I need another greenhouse. And while I'm here, I should also go grab a ton of stone bricks so I can pave, like, everything now that we have more stones than we could possibly need. Nice. We still don't have lights, but that's okay. Besides, they're going to be expensive in terms of power. And while we're not doing much, we're not going to draw that much power, but we're going to have power problems just as soon as we switch on all this science. This is kind of satisfying, I'm not going to lie. And while I'm doing this, I'm definitely talking a lot less than I was previously because I'm anticipating cutting a lot of things out. But since you guys do seem really interested in, I don't know, just keeping most things in, there's probably going to be moments where it's just like that, where I'm not really saying anything and I'm going to end up deciding to keep them in. So you'll just have to let me know, because like I said, it's a skill that I'm going to have to develop for what to keep and what not to keep. And it's really going to be reflective of what you guys want as well. So your feedback is appreciated. It's much nicer now. Nice. So obviously we're going to need water. And here is where we can make all of these different types of trees, which is very interesting. I don't plan on using this. I am going to do this, though, to get rid of all the yellow. So obviously water is going to be something that we need on the main bus for this. Okay, so we need, what, 16 of these? We only need one of that, which is interesting. Oh, look at that. We're actually getting some kind of attack up there. So not really surprising. The wall's keeping us safe. So what I'm going to do... The lowest one should probably be down here, which is, how far is that? One apart? Like this. And this can be where the copper it comes in. Probably going to need to do something like this. Do I? No, I actually don't. It makes it really slowly. Okay. Although I kind of would rather flip it. I have no idea how to actually make these things work. I'm assuming if I just pump water in there. I'm hopeful. I imagine that they're all connected to each of these outputs. So if I do something like that. Wow, that is like so close. So I'm going to assume it's going to keep going up. There they go. And they're just going to slowly but surely make wood. That's cool. And then we could just feed this directly into 16 of those assemblers. Start paving because I'm tired of walking in the slow sand. Oh yeah, and it makes a ton of wood at once. Oh my god, that's so slow. Nice, now let's set the recipe. And we actually have science production. And obviously the inserters are really slow, but the crafting is really slow, so it shouldn't matter. This eventually will give us 2 a second. We have 8 on this side, 8 on this side. So I guess for now I could do like a science setup here with a bunch of labs. It's gonna be kind of small, but that's okay. Okay, so what I want is for them to actually come out on the same side. So what I have to do here is I could just set these all to near. Let's go dismantle the previous science setup that we have. We don't actually need any of this anymore. But I think this is sort of the research thing I'm going to do. They'll just pull from each other, and then I can just sort of expand along this way. And for now, we're only making the first 2 sciences. And even though they're slow, you can see that we're already accumulating more than we need. Of course, having to build labs by hand is kind of a pain, but I didn't really see the need to automate it last time. Because we really don't need all that many in the same way that we need everything else. Oh, that's satisfying. I accidentally made the perfect amount. Okay, so while those are being crafted, I'm going to start work on the red science. Okay, here's how I'm going to be getting the iron and copper together. I'm basically just using the fact that if you put a belt into an underground belt, only one side comes out. So I'm basically just doing that with both. That's probably not the best thing for lane balance long term, but it should work for a while. Now, I also need to make gears and sticks, but those are like one of each, and those have to just be for the automation cores. So I could do something like this and just pass them kind of directly in. I think something like this. And having the inserters go near and far just makes this, like, so much easier. I guess I can actually just literally copy-paste this. So now, it's only taken 5 episodes, but we actually have red science on the way. I think I'll fill this in as well. And now we have to just connect up the science. And I could do that relatively simply. So it's exactly like the other one, except I just have to switch which side it's coming in on, which means I went from the left to the right, and that's it. There we go. Finally have red science, so we can actually start researching some of these things. Obviously, it's going to be electronics that are like the most important, and then we can get up to the next science. We're going to need green circuit production for that, and that's going to change a lot. But otherwise, this is pretty good progress. We have the rest of these science doodads, labs, that's the word. And once these guys approach, we'll actually start researching again. How's our I was gonna say production, our pollution is kind of a nightmare. That's okay. Because we have all these walls, and there we go. We're actually researching again. And in theory, we are producing 2 science every second. Which clearly isn't that much. I may have overdone it with the labs. But that's okay. Looks like we're getting a bit more of a steady trickle coming in now. Looks like this inserter isn't keeping up. So that seems to be part of the problem. And there we go. Our first bit of research in a hot minute. And there's going to be tons of things we can actually do from here. Gates would be pretty nice, but they're kind of like optional, if I'm being honest. Getting the next science is probably the best thing. And then we can work towards circuit networks as well. In fact, we're going to need these because we do want sentinels. And look how dark everything is. But it's also pretty paved, which is very impressive. Our power's doing fine for now. Which is kind of surprising. I really thought I'd be doing worse. But I guess fundamentally, 2 science a minute is just not that much. Although you have to keep in mind the way the science works is different sciences take different time per like thing, which means having more of them can help. The one we're doing right now is 5 seconds per, which is why it's going so fast, but the more advanced ones takes a lot more time. Look at all the wood. So I guess we don't even need to store all the wood anymore. We could just like funnel it into here. I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna make a chest. I'm gonna fill it with wood. Should probably be an iron chest. And that will take priority. Look at all that. Look at all my wood. There we go. And then there's no reason for these to produce. Even though, here's the thing, right? This doesn't cost us anything to produce other than, I guess power. I guess it does draw 150 kilowatts, so we're really just saving power because the water is infinite. But we also are saving storage space because there's no reason to store all of that wood that we're not using. If we need wood, we can come here and there's like hundreds just stored up. Oh. It didn't occur to me. It said 1.6. Somehow I missed that. Well, I'm just going to shift this part over and then add it in. Wait, can I control X? Oh my god, I can? That is so useful. That is the far side. But now I can do something like this. And that kind of looks better anyway, with the power poles lined up. But yeah, I needed 1.6, which means I need 2 of these. And the fact that I need 1.6 instead of 2 means the inserters will probably be able to keep up. Yeah, look at that. That's much better. Whoa, look at all our labs actually being utilized. Because the sentinels are like really slow to search. Oh, that's great. I'm making a ton of these. And for now, I'll just make them by hand. Let's see. I mean, steel is going to be important. Wow, that gives us a lot. And then engines and stuff. We are starting to get pretty far. I guess I may as well do gates now. And I'll get the shelter just so it's not here. I'm not going to use it, though. I don't plan on utilizing that, so I'm going to go dump that in a chest. I've been carrying it since the beginning of the game. Looks like our furnaces are keeping up for now. Power's keeping up. Good. May as well get free mining speed. The improved armor is not even, like, gonna be beneficial for us. We'll have to do it eventually. Oh, so we can make fast inserters without, oil. Is that... Don't they usually take red circuits in the base game? I think they do, in which case that's kind of nice. But maybe I'm thinking of actually stack inserters takes red ones, so maybe I'm just mistaken. May as well buff our weaponry, though. Because that buffs all of our turrets as well. Now, let's take a look at how our ammo's doing, because we have just been leaving this for a little while. Yeah, it's actually stacking up pretty nicely. So, the belt is almost like half full. It's pretty soon. It should just stop moving, except when it needs it. It's gonna be awesome. I wonder how many items are gonna be on the belt in total. I could probably do the math if I just counted how many belts and then figured out how many are on each side at a time. It's like 4 per belt or something. Although it depends because the edges and the curves. If you have like corner pieces, it's a bit different, but anyway. With tons of sentinels, I kind of want to go place those. So we have this. Should I just place one at each turret? Is that overkill? Let me see. If I leave, how much of a region can that actually, like, see? Or how about, like, down here? This one gives a better idea. Like, 2 turrets can be covered by 1. So maybe every second turret. So I'm just gonna go place those by hand, and then I'll be back. Look at the map at the top right now. With, like, the blue squares. That's not bad. And there's something about this modular design that just works out, where it always works out. Something that's nice about this one is we got one in each corner every single time, which was really cool. But now, no matter where I am, I can actually visibly check on the wall, which is a good way to actually know its health, and if there's an attack coming, I can, like, actually watch it happen. I can see if the ammo's everywhere. This is so nice. So we're gonna have a bit of blind spots every now and then in the base, but I can always plop down sentinels as needed. But I think otherwise, we're, like, pretty good. And our research is going, actually continuing. We haven't had a research for, like, all of the last episode, maybe 2 episodes. And look at that steady stream of red science, and look at those labs. How much power is that? Less than I thought, but still a lot. So, like I said, this episode was a bit of an experiment. As I'm recording this, obviously I haven't edited it yet, so I have no idea how long it's going to end up being. I have no idea how much editing I'm going to have to do. It might end up being too much work for me, and it might end up being too, I don't know, too fast to cut together for you guys. I don't know. So just give me your feedback. Let me know if you want me to, like, make different cuts, make it a bit slower, a bit faster, whatever. Or if you just really don't like this style, then just let me know. But it's just an experiment for 1 episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Look at this base. We're really making progress now. So in the next episode, I actually don't even know necessarily what I'm going to do. I guess I'm going to start work on electronic circuits going up the main bus and working on logistic tech cards. I guess. Anyway, although we also have to work on steel, which is kind of a nightmare. So anyway, see you guys in the next episode.